And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. Today is October 6th, Monday, 2025. I'm your host, St. Nick, and we got a great show for y'all today. Well, week 5 Sunday slate is down in the books, folks, and I mean, what is going on, folks? I don't know how much longer I can take this kind of football that we're in right now, honestly. You can look great the first 2 drives and then look garbage for the rest of the game. You can look like garbage for the entire game, and then 5 minutes left, it all triggers, and you can put up 21 points and win the game. So, today on the show, we break everything down that we just witnessed yesterday. We'll break every game down. I mean, I'm not liking what I'm seeing so far this season, folks. I'll just preface it like that. Bills, folks. I mean, can you talk about a classless organization, honestly? We'll get there today. We'll get there. So today on the show, we break down every game that we just saw yesterday. There's a few stories I want to touch upon. And if you are watching and maybe noticing, I don't have my visor on, my Miami Dolphins visor. So I have to rock the cowboy hat, the Dolphins cowboy hat today. So if it's distracting, if it's a little too tall, I apologize. That's why I was like 5 minutes late. I don't know where my Dolphins visor went. And it's kind of, it's irritating me. I looked everywhere 4 times, folks. So hopefully it turns up. I got to go interrogate Henry. Where is it? Where's the visor? All right. So that's all we got today on the show. So let's just get right down into it. And before we start breaking down the games from yesterday, let's touch upon a couple of stories. And first and foremost, let's just say a little quick prayers up, okay? Rest up. Rest up, everybody involved, all right? Mark got a little too tipsy the other day. Mark Sanchez was acting erratically, body slammed a truck driver who then stabbed him. He had to go to the hospital for life-threatening injuries. We hear he's in stable condition right now, but Mark Sanchez, sheesh, got a little spicy. I mean, the story's not in full detail yet, but this is kind of some information that we have right now. A 69-year-old truck driver parked at a hotel loading dock to collect used cooking oil. He was confronted by Sanchez, who claimed the truck couldn't be there, citing the hotel manager. Oh, so Mark Sanchez, a real Karen. Hey, you're not allowed to be here. Even the manager says so. Okay, Mark, settle down. Everyone's just trying to do their job, okay? Think it's easy delivering? It's not, Mark. Delivering is maybe one of the hardest professions that there is, because you run into crazies like yourself. Hey, look, I'm just trying to get this cooking oil, all right? This is what they pay me to do. I come once a week, I pick up the oil, I leave. I don't have to deal with crazy people trying to body slam me and say I can't be here. Sanchez, smelling of alcohol and slurring, climbed into the truck's cab, ignoring the driver's protests. New footage, and I can't wait to get some footage on this, I'll tell y'all. I can't wait till we get the footage on this. New footage shows Sanchez following the driver, blocking his access to the truck, and shoving him. Mark then threw the driver against a wall into the ground. The driver fearing for his life, and rightfully so. I mean, folks, this is a professional athlete, all right? I know he hasn't been in the league for a while, but this is still a massive human. Can we get the specs on Mark Sanchez? No? My computer's freezing. That's always great. I mean, I love when we come back. We had a couple of days off and we come back and everything doesn't work. You gotta love it. I lose my visor. There we go. Now we're cooking. We're back. Mark Sanchez. I think we're cooking with like a 6'3", like 220. This is no short string bean. This is not Bryce Young coming at you, okay? If Bryce Young is telling me, hey, you can't park here, I'm like, move aside, string bean. I throw him away. I like pick him up. Two hand like a child. You pick him up under the shoulders. Okay, Bryce, whatever you say, and then move him out of your way. Mark Sanchez. Let's see what we got. I want to say he's like 6'2", 6'3". I think I'm going to have to call Spectrum after the show today. I think we're going to have to call him again. They do this every month, dude. The start of the month, they always throttle my internet. It's like, and then I have to call and we play this game, we play this dance. Hey, I noticed my speeds aren't as high as they used to be. Oh, well, that's interesting. Let's take a look. Yes, let's all take a look. Let me digress, folks. I'm sorry. I apologize. But here we go. Mark Sanchez, 6'2", 230. 6'2", 230. Oh, I'm fearing for my life. This guy drunk, slurring the words, yelling at me, and as I'm just trying to do my job, and I got 6'2", 230 coming at me. Oh, yeah, I'm fearing for my life. The driver, fearing for his life, used pepper spray, which briefly affected Sanchez, and then when Mark went at him again, the driver stabbed him 2 to 3 times in the chest. Sanchez was stunned. He left the scene. He went to the hospital. He had the surgery. The cops went to the hospital. Mark Sanchez, surprisingly, was uncooperative. And that's where we are right now. So we'll see. Hopefully today. Today we should maybe get some more news on this. It's Monday. Had the time to breathe a little bit. And as we get in this post, new footage shows. And if we ever get that footage, oh, baby, I can't wait. So, hopefully everybody's okay. And we gotta control our liquor, okay? We gotta control our alcohol consumption sometimes. We gotta have discipline while drinking. Right? Discipline, folks. One of the core values of Takes by Fan, discipline. All right? Discipline and respect. And so far, Mark Sanchez, not discipline. We all, talk about, defenders having to be disciplined when tackling the quarterback and not shoving them out of bounds and getting that kind of, late hit penalty. You got to be disciplined. Mark Sanchez, look, I know you're not a player anymore, but still got to be disciplined out there, okay? So let's all drink responsibly, folks. We don't want to be the next Mark Sanchez. And what an absolute blunder on this man's overall resume. I mean, his career resume. I mean, the butt fumble, the kind of holding the Jets back when they were, after, AFC Championship game after AFC Championship game because that great defense. So, not the best resume for good old Mark. And then they had to address it during the pregame show. We had Kirk Menefee had this to say about it.
Indianapolis, one of our team members, Mark Sanchez, was involved in an incident that, to be honest, we're all still trying to wrap our heads around.
They're like, we can't even believe this. Like, what the hell?
At this time, our thoughts and prayers are with Mark, his family, and all those involved. We'll be right back with more football right after this.
So that's all Fox had to say about it. So we know Mark Sanchez is going to get fired. I mean, we know this. This is not any surprise. But it's bad. The company's not really on your side when they say, prayers and rest up to Mark and his family and everybody involved because Mark was kind of the aggressor.
With Mark, his family, and all those involved. We'll be right back with more football.
So that was a real interesting story to wake up to. I think it was Saturday or Sunday the story broke. It was, I think it's Saturday night. Saturday night, and they were trying to, bury the story. Really funny. And then we get a flashback clip of this, folks. Throwback. Earlier in the season, Mark Sanchez doing an interview with Justin Herbert. After the interview, Mark Sanchez goes in for a hug.
Thanks for having me.
Justin Herbert's like, oh, I know about you, buddy. Yeah. I can sense your aura. I'm not getting hug vibes. I'll give you a nice little fist bump, though. That's for you, Mark. So, not everybody's who they seem and claim to be on television, folks. Mark Sanchez. Let it get away from him. Unfortunate. All right, let's keep going here. Let's quickly go to the UFC. We just had a great card on Saturday. Great card overall. And I just got to shout out Pereira. I mean, Alex Pereira, god dang. Revenge fight on Magomed. And quick, simple, pop. one big strike to the head. Dropped Magomed, and then it was over. Pereira dropping the elbows, dropping the fists, and then Herb Dean comes in. Great overall UFC card, and I love that Pereira's back on top, baby. Great fight. All right, quickly, college football, little topic here, and Kirk Herbstreit. This is what I'm saying about Kirk Herbstreit. He's a snake. Everybody eats him up. He's on college. He's on Thursday. It's a little bit too much Kirk. His dog. My dog is the Taylor Swift of college football. Well, it may not be the perfect time to be Taylor Swift right now because I'm not hearing great things about the album, Taylor. Not hearing great things about that. I'm hearing it's not even on brand. I mean, the album is Life of a Showgirl, and none of these songs, there's no swing. There's no, like, Showtime, Broadway music. It's just music. And then everybody's saying that she's not even singing. She's just talking over the beat, the song now. So people aren't happy with Taylor Swift. So maybe Kirk Herbstreit is now finally the Taylor Swift when she's done, and we can force him out. Enough with Kirk. Enough with the dog. But back to this. Kirk Herbstreit being a scumbag. We get Pat McAfee, every week, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. Anybody in the crowd that can kick a field goal if you win the raffle. Now, this girl won the raffle. All right? Look, no disrespect to her, but when you think of kicking field goals, you don't really imagine her. And she even said, I never kicked a ball in my life. I never have. So she knew she wasn't going to make this field goal, but I got to shout out to her because everybody would give the ticket to somebody else, like they did 2 weeks ago. She says, you know what? No, I won the draw. I'm going to do it myself right here, right now, for the first time ever. So Pat McAfee, I think, was like, you know what? We'll give you $300,000 if you can make this field goal. And what does the scumbag Kirk Herbstreit do? He takes one look at her and goes, you know what? I'll throw in another $200,000. Because Kirk Herbstreit obviously knew she was not making this kick. So he's like, you know what? I can look like the good guy and I got no risk on my end. All reward, Mr. Kirk Herbstreit, the Taylor Swift dog owner, gets more brownie points because he was going to up the pot for this girl. Now, obviously, she did not make the kick. It did not even come close, but shout out to the effort. I respect it. So she didn't make the kick, and then good guy Pat McAfee. Good guy Pat McAfee says, you know what? If Kirk Herbstreit can throw this ball through the uprights, we'll give you the $300,000. Or the $200,000 or whatever it was. And they do, and they make it. But why is Pat McAfee such a good guy by doing that? Because he took the money off from what Kirk Herbstreit was offering. Should have still been $500,000, right, Kirk? You're so generous. It should still be $500,000. But no, Pat McAfee was like, I know Kirk Herbstreit, the scumbag he is, threw the extra $200K on top because he knew. So I'll take that $200K off, and if he throws it, I'll still give you the money I'm promising you. So shout out to Pat McAfee, always a great guy, giving away money. We always respect that, baby. And Kirk Herbstreit can still keep doing his fake scene on TV, the good guy, the golden child. He thinks he's the golden boy of college football, which is kind of crazy, but we got to digress, folks. We got more to talk about. But shout out to her. She won like $200,000, $300,000. You gotta love it. All right, folks, this is. I gotta tread carefully. I gotta tread lightly, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because I'm gonna get canceled. Because Ayesha Curry, she should be so ashamed of herself that she should take herself out of the public eye. But she won't do that because that's all she loves. She loves being the celebrity. She's a big star, but she just haven't gotten her shine yet. And she's always in the shadow of her husband. I hate my husband. I'm so in the shadow. Hey, Ayesha, it's called a family, you idiot. you dummy. Ayesha Curry is going on some podcast press tour. And this is no surprise. I mean, she's always been backhanding, complimenting her husband her entire career. So disrespectful. But she goes on another podcast and she said, yeah, I didn't even really want these kids.
Want to get married?
I didn't want to get married. I didn't want these kids. I wanted to be
kids.
famous. I didn't want to do all this. And now I'm the stay-at-home mom for my big husband. And, you know, he's used all of his connections to get me a cooking show and all this other stuff. Remember the cooking brand, Aisha? When you wanted to do that, you had the cookbook. You had the cooking show. Steph Curry probably helped that out a little bit. The family. And you just go be ungrateful every turn of the way. Like, what? Every time she opens her mouth, I mean, like, what is this girl even doing?
I thought I was going to be career girl, and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goal.
And everybody needs to stop this. I mean, honestly, folks, can everybody takes life way too seriously. A famous Drake bar, this life got too deep for you, baby. All right? Everyone takes life too seriously. Why is everyone mapping out their life at like 5 years old? Oh, I saw my entire life I was going to be a career woman and do this and that. Okay, well, it didn't turn out that way, so why are you still stuck in that way? You roll with how life goes. Life isn't going to go exactly how you draw it up. Sorry, is this news to people? You think everything how you want it goes your way all the time? Sometimes you got to pivot and all this. You had a family. Sheesh. Sorry, Aisha.
Goals. And I was
all
never
these
the
goals.
little girl
I had
that,
all
like,
these
dreamt
goals
about
when
the
I was
wedding
younger.
dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life.
Did you talk to Steph about it?
He tries.
Did you talk? You know, communication. I mean, dude, folks, everyone loves to preach communication. Gotta have good communication. And then when it comes to their side to communicate, they don't. I mean, everyone's so hypocritical, folks. It's so disgusting. We keep moving on here. But
resonate with me.
Oh, I try to talk to my husband, and he tries to resonate with me, but he kind of gives me the ick when he does, and I just, like, what are we doing?
But he just can't.
He just can't see where I'm coming from. He just can't see as he, you know, is a hardworking father and one of the biggest NBA careers of all time, legacy, and he's taking care of all of our children. He's still being a good dad. Remember when he brought the kid up to the reporter and everybody ate it up? Oh my God, I'm such a good dad. Blah, blah, blah. You know, he's doing all that. He just doesn't have time to really understand my feelings and all this. Does nobody even read what y'all say at the wedding ceremonies? Through thick and thin, through healthy and sick, through poor and wealthy. I mean, does nobody even read what they're vowing to when they get married? I mean, this is such an abomination what Aisha Curry is doing. A press corps disrespecting her husband and her children. It's wild, folks. If you have a chance, if any of these clips pop up, folks, just take a listen on what she's saying about her own family. It's honestly insane. All right, one more story, and then we got to get into football, folks. Sheesh. What's the next story up? It is this. This is ridiculous. And potentially not true. We got some counter information, but big story came out kind of today, yesterday-ish, about Bill Belichick saying that UNC can't post anything about Drake May or the Patriots or anything like that. Like, first of all, Bill, where are you getting off, Bill? Honestly, where are we getting off, Bill? It's a little, I mean, you're a little past your rodeo, honestly. You lost to Dabo Swinney this week. Like, what the heck is that? Atrocious. So, I don't understand why everybody is so, like, controlled over Bill Belichick. If I was UNC, I'd be like, dude, are you out of your mind? Do you think you can control everything because you were kind of a good coach with New England? And Tom Brady carried your ass everywhere, which is becoming more apparent every weekend. So, the University of North Carolina staff has been directed by Bill Belichick not to post or repost anything related to the Patriots. Now, all yesterday, no post by UNC about Drake May carving up the greatest team in the NFL, the Buffalo Bills. Not anything. No congratulations on the win. Until today, an hour ago, Carolina football posted an actual clip. Drake May pulling off the magic. Where have we seen this before? So when the story broke that Bill Belichick was trying to silence UNC, now UNC post the post. Little head scratching here. So seems like UNC is trying to get ahead of the story. Be like, no. Bill Belichick does not have all this control as everybody's thinking he is, and he's actually going to be out. He's going to be out the door pretty soon. And his dumb son. Yeah, I'm coming at him. Is it Jack Belichick? Hey, shout out to Jack. You tried. I just don't think defensive coordinator is in your future. Sorry, I don't think you're a great defensive coordinator. The son of an absolute legend. I'm sorry that you're not that great of a defensive mind as maybe you think you are or as your dad thinks you are. Sorry. I know I'm the bad guy. I get canceled because I critiqued a millionaire's grown child. That's not a good defensive mind. We got to digress. All righty. So those are all the stories that I just wanted to touch upon for today. But we got to get into it, folks. Week 5 in the NFL. And it was pretty good overall. I mean, an overall all-day from the morning, 9:30, because we had the international game, to Sunday Night Football, Patriots-Bills. It was a good overall Sunday. But I have a bone to pick with almost every single team in the league, and that is, can we please stop trying not to lose the game and go out and win the game? Can we try winning the game? And everyone is so obsessed with trying not to lose the game. Oh, I'm not trying to lose the game. Oh, I don't want to lose the game. And everyone's making horrendous decisions all over the place. And one more thing. If James Franklin is not fired from Penn State, I don't know what we're doing anymore, folks. Get James Franklin out now. There's a lot of coaches that need to be fired. James Franklin is up there. Bill Belichick is also up there. And we got a couple of NFL coaches that need to be fired as well. But let's start with it. The first game, the international game, real early in the morning. Vikings in the Browns in London. Now, this was a good game, and, we were kind of, coming into this game liking the Browns with the points. I think they were getting 3.5, and they ended up losing by 4. So, classic don't cover the spread, but there is a little bit workable here with this Browns defense. Thank gosh, they finally got rid of Joe Flacco. We had Dillon Gabriel starting for the Cleveland Browns, and he looked okay. I mean, he was moving the ball, which was good. They were putting up points decently early and throughout the game. So once again, very good. Dillon Gabriel, 19 of 33, 2 touchdowns, 190 yards. Once again, nothing spectacular, but, a little game managing. And the biggest knock offensively, I think, is just this play calling. I mean, look, I try to give Kevin Stefanski all the benefit of the doubt. I was kind of on his hype train, for the last 2-3 years. But it's enough now. I think we've seen enough. It's so trying not to lose the game. Open it up a little bit. You got to try and at least test the defense a little bit. See what we got at minimum. But they kept it real conservative for Dillon Gabriel, and it almost won. But nobody wanted to win. Once again, all just trying not to lose. Fourth quarter, the Browns are up 17-14. They're winning. This is the fourth quarter drives. The Cleveland, 4 now. 4 now, they got a punt. And then they get a takeaway. The Vikings fumble the ball. Recovered at the Cleveland's 45-yard line. Great starting field position. 4 now. Can't do anything offensively, trying not to lose the game. Then the Vikings have their drive. They miss a field goal. Oh, my goodness. We're still winning. Still another chance to kind of put a nail in this coffin. Let's make it a touchdown, 2-score game. Game over. but they can't. They punt. They have to punt. They get to Minnesota's 42 and they punt. The Vikings, next possession, they also punt. So once again, another chance to maybe win this game and finally put it away. 6 plays, -1 yards, 22 seconds, half the punt. And then the Vikings get the ball back. And, it's, you give Kevin Stefanski or Kevin O'Connell all these extra opportunities with a veteran quarterback in Carson Wentz. They're going to go down and win the game, and that's exactly what they did. 2 minutes, 40 seconds, 14 plays, drives on this Browns defense that has been very solid all season long, but they give up the game-winning drive there, and then it's over, 21-17. So shout out, once again, we're into week 5 now. We're starting to truly see what these teams are. The Vikings defense, what can we take away? It is a true legitimate defense that will be good for the remainder of the season. And the same thing with this Browns team. This is still a very good, workable, winnable defense here with Cleveland. They just got to get that offensive explosion to kind of match it. They took a small step forward with Dylan Gabriel. I would still like to see Shedeur Sanders get a kind of full game to himself as well. But once again, the offense is not kind of as good as maybe I and the national media has made it seem the last few seasons. Then we get Carson Wentz, and, we know Carson Wentz, he can sling good. I can't really call him a game manager because he loves to sling the ball, but, when it comes, crunch time, we know we can always count on Carson Wentz. He was winning games with Philly, folks. And he had a great game, 25 of 34, 73% completion percentage for 236 yards, 1 touchdown, bink. We like that. The running game was pretty much bottled up as well. Jordan Mason, 13 rushes for 52 yards, 1 touchdown. Solid work, but didn't really stick to it. Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison got theirs. Justin Jefferson, 123 yards. Jordan Addison, the game-winning touchdown catch after he was partying in London, baby, by himself. We had Jordan Addison missing a team meeting.
Tell us about why Jordan wasn't on the field for the first quarter.
Yeah, we're always going to keep a lot of those details in-house, but I do think I want to share with you guys. He missed a walkthrough this week, and, those types of things aren't in alignment with our standards. And
what are you doing? One of our main guys, and you're missing a walkthrough, especially when we're overseas because you want to see Big Ben? Unreal. So once again, a real team, and shout out this Vikings team, shout out to Kevin O'Connell, great leadership, holding players accountable even if they are the star players on your team. Great to hear. And this, once again, grown-ups in control, grown-ups in the room, they're winning games, it's translating to the field.
And, wanted to...
And I just love the way that Kevin O'Connell speaks.
That, but at the same time, he knows that.
He knows he can't be doing that.
He handled it professionally. He spoke with the team to let them know that whenever I gave him the opportunity to go in the game, they could count on him, and he makes the game-winning kick.
And Jordan Addison, good. You made that's a big mistake. Can't be doing that. Can't be missing walkthroughs when we're in London because you want to go see the big old tower, the big clock. Where's that clock I keep hearing about? I got to go see it right now. But Jordan Addison mans up, apologized to his team, and be like, hey, I'm not going to let y'all down again. You need, when Kevin O'Connell puts me back in the game, if he gives me a chance, come to me because I'm not going to let y'all down a second time. And did he not let him down again. Game-winning touchdown, corner of the end zone. Great throw by Carson Wentz over the defender. Really great end to this game. That was a decent game overall, Vikings and Browns. Vikings get the win 21-17. Judkins is the truth as well. The Browns running back, 23 rushes for 110 yards. Yes, sir. They just got to get this kind of passing game. You got to be aggressive in the passing game. And I don't think this Browns team is aggressive in the passing game. All right, what else do we got from this game? The field goal that hit the string on the Fox camera. Once again, Vikings won the game, so this field goal that got missed because it hit the line wasn't as impactful as it could have been. And then we had the NFL kind of making a statement on it. on Sunday Night Football, and they were like, hey, you know, from our vantage point, the officiating crew couldn't see it, so we didn't know about it. So that was that. Ball hit the camera wire on the field goal. Field goal hooks right. They don't get the points, but they didn't need the points at the end of the day. Alrighty, next game up here, we get Texans and Ravens, and we are coming to one of our big firings. Another big firing. James Franklin, number 1 from this weekend, and John Harbaugh. It's time. Hey, look, he had a great run. Super Bowl champion. You got to, multiple good seasons, right? You got the ring. You were around for a while. 20 years in the league. Pretty good. But it's time to you to go. Because what the hell are the Ravens doing? What the hell is this game? Now, we all knew that Lamar Jackson was not going to play this game. This was no surprise. This wasn't like they woke up that morning and Lamar Jackson said, hey, folks, I can't play today. I'm sorry. No, they knew he wasn't going to play. The whole hamstring, that's not even a hamstring. He's faking an injury. There could be something really, really nefarious going on behind the scenes with this Ravens team. Like maybe it's Vegas making a couple of calls. Hey, take out Lamar. Hey, take out Derrick Henry. Don't run Derrick Henry anymore. It's just a little suspicious. I mean, we didn't really see an injury with Lamar Jackson. We just saw him take himself out of the game. But I digress on all that. The point is John Harbaugh cannot coach. He cannot coach. And it's unfortunate. When we look at all these other coaches in the league, what do they bring to the table? What do they do well? Do they command the locker room well? Do they command men? I don't think John Harbaugh is doing that anymore. Everybody's fumbling. Nobody's locking in. Goal line, playoffs, all that. So it's not like they respect John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh is not this, oh my God, his play calling though. Woof, man. We know that's not the case because they don't even know what the fuck they have on their team. And then we know he's also not like oh man, he's the best defensive caller in the game. We got to keep him around. His defense gets torched all the time. I mean, John Harbaugh, folks, he wasn't anything. This man's specialty was special teams? Oh my God, this delay, my computer's going so slow, this is insane. But John Harbaugh got his start as the special teams coordinator at a college. And then once again just stayed in kind of the special teams all throughout. Here we go. He was the running backs coach, outside linebackers coach at Western Michigan in 1986. Running back, linebacker, so he had a little bit of his hands in both sides of the ball in college. And then he goes to the Pittsburgh Panthers as a tight ends coach. Then he goes to the Cincinnati Bearcats as a special teams coordinator for about 10 years. Then he's the special teams coordinator / defensive backs coach at the Indiana Hoosiers. Then he finally gets in the NFL as a special teams coordinator with the Eagles for about 10 years. And then he finally gets the head coaching job for the Ravens. So what is John Harbaugh's specialty? He's not getting the most out of his guys anymore. That kind of was his specialty. Hey, I can kind of get the best out of everybody on my team. We haven't gotten that over the last 5 years. So Harbaugh's got to go. And the play caller has to go as well. Todd Monken? What the hell are we doing? No Lamar Jackson that we all know, everybody and their mama knows Lamar Jackson's not playing this week. So we should probably, amp up and use Derrick Henry, right? Derrick Henry had like 6 rushes in the first half. How far do we have to go till we get his first rush? First drive, it leads to a field goal. This is their play call on the first drive. 1-yard run, 9-yard pass, 10-yard pass, 2-yard run, 10-yard pass, 4-yard run. Minus 1 yard run, 29 yard pass, 6 yard run, 0 yard run, 1 yard pass, field goal. Next drive. Next drive. Now I get it. A little bit of the pass worked on the first drive. Okay, but the next drive. Pass incomplete, 2 yard run, 3rd and 8, 16 yard sack. I mean, this play calling was just so atrocious. So atrocious. And once again, this is what we've seen. This is what we've seen by Todd Monken over here with the Ravens. Just not utilizing your true weaponry. All your tools in the bag. We got DeAndre Hopkins going crazy, looking like vintage D-Hop. We didn't get that last year with DeAndre Hopkins. So our receivers are better. Derrick Henry we still have. We still have Mark Andrews, who came back alive this season, catching everything. But Todd Monken, I mean, he was the Jags wide receiver coach from 2007 to 2010. Were the Jags good then? He was the offensive coordinator and the wide receivers coach for the Bucs in 2016, 17, and 18. Right before Tom Brady got there and they became good. Then he was the Browns offensive coordinator in 2019. Were the Browns good in 2019? They weren't. And then he's came to the Ravens for the last 3 years, and we see him getting worse every year. Once again, the recycling of coaches, the holding on to these coaches that have proven that they cannot get it right, it needs to end now. John Harbaugh out. I fire him right now. You get blown out 44-10? I mean, this is Cooper Rush. This isn't like some rookie no-name quarterback that, we were all expecting to be shit. It's Cooper Rush. Solid backup overall. But overall, really bad play calling. The defense couldn't stop anything. CJ Stroud, little return to form. 23 of 27, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns by CJ Stroud. 1 rush for 30 yards, and hey, CJ, shut your mouth. Another thing, everybody's always just so over dramatic. Oh my God, I'm 25. Oh my God, I'm so old. I'm so old now. All these people saying they're old. Last week, we heard CJ Stroud at the podium say, man, I'm not as fast as I used to be. Like, what are you talking to? Dude, you're in the prime of your life athletically. Shut your mouth. Oh, I'm not as fast as I used to be. And then you go, I had to play, but it canceled out because my computer is going so damn slow. But then he has a run for 30 yards and almost dove in for the touchdown. Shut up. Oh, I'm so old, 24. Knock it off. So CJ Stroud a little back, and this is what I want to say. It's like, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised, quote unquote, surprised by this kind of Texans performance and their win and the dominant win and 44-10 and all that. But this Texans team, folks, they had really tough challenges the first 4 weeks of the season, and why their record, I think, what are they, 1-3, 2-3 now? So let's not act like Houston's back or anything like this. And this was also against the Ravens, really bad team. But this Texans team is still good. They've been good this entire season. They've been matched up against tough defenses all throughout. So they'll start getting more respect this week. And the Ravens need to fire everybody. I mean, Derrick Henry, I don't care. Dude, Derrick Henry should have had 40 rushes. I don't care if the defense stopped him for 1 yard every rush. My game plan is I'm going to run Derrick Henry 40 times. 40 times. And we're going to live and die by that result. And everybody makes such a big deal. All these coaches, they make the running back such a big deal when they go to the podium and all that after the games. They're like, it's a long season. We're not trying to, overdo or overwork our running backs. But then what do the Ravens do in the second half? They actually run Derrick Henry more in the second half than they did in the first half when the game was like you're down 24-3 at halftime. Your first drives are stalling right out of half. There's no more kind of momentum. There's no more, maybe we can actually come back and win this game. And then they go and run Derrick Henry more. Okay. But it's all about saving the running backs. Okay. So the Ravens, they need to fire everybody. This is malpractice, folks. Everything that the Ravens are doing is malpractice. This is one of the most if we just want to take the offense, okay, don't even talk about the defense. This is one of the most offensively gifted, star-studded, talented teams maybe in NFL history. And we're doing this every week. I mean, we're looking like garbage. Without Lamar Jackson. He's got to go. Everyone's got to go. Alrighty, next game up, and another coach that needs to go. The Dolphins. The Dolphins lose 27-24. What? Oh my gosh. What an absolutely disgusting game. And another thing, dude, why can nobody play like a full game of football? It's like, dude, it's every week. It doesn't matter if you're one of the greatest teams, the Bills, the Ravens, all this, the Chargers, the Eagles. Nobody could ever put like a full 4 quarters together in the NFL. Like I'm actually, when we do our power rankings, what do we got? We got power rankings tomorrow. Do I sneak peek, y'all? Can I give you a little spoiler alert? I'm going to put the Colts as the best team in the league. Sorry. They're the most complete team from first quarter to fourth quarter. They don't selectively play one drive and then take the rest of the game off. The Colts will be my number 1 team in the power rankings this week. I don't care what anybody says. The Eagles finally lost. The Bills finally lost. So their whole chokehold on the entire media is finally going to be gone. Because the Bills can beat the Dolphins and the Jets and the Saints and they're so good. All that. Yeah. The Colts are the best team in the league. But the Dolphins, they go up 17-0. They're looking good. They're moving the ball. They're going to Waller. Tua's throwing over the middle. Everything's clicking. We're up 17-0. And we lose the game. We can't really move the ball at all after that. We kind of came in the clutch and answered a drive in the fourth quarter when the Panthers got a touchdown, took the lead. The Dolphins came back and answered with the touchdown of their own and took the lead. And that was impressive by me. I was like, okay, yeah, we got this game. But then the Dolphins that could not stop anything defensively. I mean, this was so pathetic. So pathetic. Couldn't stop the run. Couldn't stop anything in the second half. And the Panthers go down and they go down and score, take the lead again after we just took the lead. And then our big brain, we got to shout out, these geniuses, folks, these genius coaches in the NFL. Once again, playing not to lose. Playing not to lose. You're down, what are we down? We down 3 points. We're down 3 points with a minute left. Let's punt the ball. Let's punt the ball away. Hey, we haven't lost yet. Hey, I know we're losing now, but we still have a minute not to lose. We can't lose now. We still have a minute left. We can't lose right now. 4th and 17, and I get it. You're at the own 15, but that actually works for you. Dolphins get the ball back, folks, with a minute 45, 3 timeouts left. Pass incomplete, 7-yard sack. It's now 4th and 17 at the Dolphins 15 with a minute and 10 seconds left, 3 timeouts. And we punt the ball. We don't get the ball back because we haven't stopped anything defensively in the entire second half. So I don't understand why you thought we would get the ball back. Well, we got 3 timeouts. We could stop them 3 times. We haven't stopped the ball game, especially in the second half. You go for it. What was winning all game long? Going deep to dare Waller down to the field. 4th and 17 at your own 15. You go for it. This is really pathetic here by Mike McDaniel. Can't control the locker room. Can't have good situational awareness. Because let's say, okay? Let's play devil's advocate and play this out, right? 4th and 17, a minute 10, 3 timeouts for the Dolphins at your own 15. You go for it, you don't get it. Panthers get the ball on your 15-yard line with a minute 10 left in 3 timeouts, right? You're down 3. You get 3 stops. They settle for a field goal. Yeah, we have to get a touchdown now, but we get the ball back. 15 yards. The Panthers may not be looking to kind of get up that first down. We're in the red zone now. We can kind of pack it in defensively a little bit tighter now. But all these coaches not playing to lose. Oh, we still got a minute left. I can punt the ball away, and then maybe we can get the ball back. No. If you think like that, you got to go. Everybody being put, like, I'm sorry, I got to use the word, but everybody's being a pussy in the NFL. Is anybody going out and actually winning these games? It's all over the league, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop. Stop playing not to lose. You're going to lose. So the Dolphins lose. I think this is going to be it. I think this is really going to be it for our team. I think you got to fire Mike McDaniel. I know. I don't want to fire any coaches when there's still a chance. There is still a chance. I mean, there's nobody in the AFC with a strong chokehold. There's still a chance we can wiggle and worm our way through the rest of the season. But it's not looking great. We get Mike McDaniel after the game. I mean, just look at how distressed he looks, how disheveled he looks, walking into the tunnel after the loss. Glass is off. I mean, he looks like he just saw multiple ghosts. That was the Sam Darnold look with the Jets. I don't even know what we do about Tua anymore. I don't. I still believe a little bit, but I mean, this defense is so atrocious. Shout out to Jalen Waddle. Always good. Tua making that big throw to take the lead to him 40 yards. But it's all for naught. Tua couldn't do anything really in the middle of the game either. Started off good and then just could not do anything. We're not running the ball. Why are we not running the ball? Devon Achane, 10 rushes, 16 yards. Line is, they're trying. I mean, a lot wrong with this team. The line is maybe the biggest thing. The Panthers somehow get the win, and that's why this is one of the ugliest losses, because we got Bryce Young. And once again, it's just like, Dolphins so good first. Well, I wouldn't go so good, but looking good, moving the ball offensively, stopping them defensively. Our defense looked good the first half. But then, not playing good at all the second half. Once again, why can nobody put a string of 4 quarters of football together? This was Bryce Young in the first half. Look at him. Not even close, and he doinked the cameraman on the head. He was so inaccurate, he doinked a cameraman, and he's laughing about it. He's like, look at how inaccurate I was. I just hit this random innocent man on the head because I'm so inaccurate. But this is what we get in the first half, and then we get Bryce Young carving it up in the second half. And it's not like they made it. We literally had a Panthers defender after the game at his locker room. He was asked by the reporter, and he said, yeah, we didn't make any adjustments in the second half. We were calling the same things. So I don't know why they couldn't do anything. We didn't make any adjustments. So, ugly game if you're the Dolphins. Mike McDaniel, this might be it for you, baby. It may be it. We'll see. Panthers, Bryce Young, once again, looks so atrocious in the first half and then exploits our bad defense in the second half. There's nothing to take away from this Panthers-Dolphins game. The Panthers aren't quote-unquote back. The Dolphins are still bad. And this is what bad teams do. Dolphins lose 27-24. All righty, get Geno Smith out. Get him out. Next game up, Colts and Raiders. Colts blow them out 40-6. Geno Smith back to his multiple interceptions, 2. He's got 9, folks. Geno Smith has 9 interceptions so far this season. Aaron Rodgers is going to have a stroke when he looks at that number. 9? What did you play, 2 years? So, Geno Smith, you better start picking up those phones again, my man, all right? The unemployment line is calling your name. Pick up the phone. Enough with Geno Smith, truly. Get him out. It's enough. Stop recycling trash. Ashton Jeanty, all right, 14 rushes, 67 yards. That was the only bright spot. And then the Colts, I mean, you just got to love it. Daniel Jones, 20 of 29. 69% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, bank, no interceptions, bank. We did fumble. Don't love it. Jonathan Taylor, 17 rushes, 66 yards, 3 touchdowns. Didn't even play the entire fourth quarter. Bink, bop. We had Anthony Richardson get in the game. That's how you know you got to... It was Geno Smith versus Anthony Richardson at the end of the game, folks. He's got to go. He's got to go. Michael Pittman Jr., 5 catches, 39 yards, and a touchdown. Ashton Doolin, 2 catches, 55 yards. Josh Downs, 6 catches, 55 yards. They were slinging the ball to everybody. The defense was absolutely eating up Geno Smith. The Colts are the best team in the league, folks. Offensively, defensively, all 4 quarters. They play the game. Colts win 40-6, and I'll tell you, I told you, they'll be number 1 on the power rankings tomorrow. All righty, we got to keep going here. Sheesh. We're a little behind. Well, we can go a little late today. We usually go late on our Monday shows anyway. All right, here we go. Let's keep going here. Next game up, we got Giants at Saints, and once again, Brian Daboll. Give it up for him, folks. Next coach out. James Franklin of Penn State, John Harbaugh of the Ravens, and Brian Daboll of the Giants, and Mike McDaniel of the Dolphins all should have been fired by now, folks. Did you enjoy your 1 week of winning? Brian Daboll, how did that 1 win feel, baby? That good? Because now you're gone. You lose to the Saints? Oh, this is inexcusable, unacceptable. Unacceptable here. Truly. You got to fire him. Jackson Dart, once again, the honeymoon is over. 26 of 40 for only 202 yards, dinking and dunking, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Oh, boy. Fumbling the ball. Had 7 rushes, 55 yards. Cam Scatterbo, 15 rushes, 59 yards. He fumbles. Oh, no. So, Brian Daboll's overall saviors and game plans are all crumbling beneath him. You lose to the Saints 26-14. And what do we know about the Saints, folks? What do we know? What do I tell y'all about the Saints? This is not a good team. Once again, yes, they put up 26 points, and that's so unexcusable. To get outscored by the Saints. Okay, you want to, you can't really have both ways, but you don't want to lose, okay, but you can't get outscored like this. You can't only put up 14 points. Like, this had to be like a 35-30 loss for me to be like, all right, the Giants everybody can keep their job. But not this, not 14 points. No. And the Saints, folks, it's all field goals. It's field goal. They did have 1 touchdown, folks, and if you're listening to the show and if you know the Saints, go ahead. How they get their 1 touchdown, folks, I'll let y'all answer it. You got 5 seconds. Go ahead. Scream it out. You know it. You know the answer. How did the Saints score their 1 lone touchdown? Go ahead. Scream it. Exactly. A big shot play, 87 yards down the field to Rashid Shaheed. Shout out to Rashid Shaheed. I am a big fan. But that's the only way they score. Go take a look back last year. Take a back last year on all their touchdowns. 95% of their touchdowns were 50-yard throws, folks. 50-yard bombs to Rashid Shaheed. He's going to get by you once. He's fast enough. He's going to get past your defense once, especially this Giants defense that is absolute shit that we know. So Brian Daboll should be fired. Jackson Dart, he should still have his job. I guess you still start him. I start Jameis Winston. If Brian Daboll is truly smart, he starts Jameis Winston if he wants to keep his job, but we know he's not. And then the Saints, they get the win, so you know. You know what the narrative is going to be, right? Go ahead, folks. Y'all can go 2 for 2. Go ahead. What is the narrative after Spencer Rattler wins his first game? Go ahead. I'll give y'all 5 seconds. Scream it out. Y'all know the answer. Go ahead. Exactly. The new narrative for the Saints now is that Spencer Rattler, household name, and is actually deserving of a starting quarterback role in the NFL. We had 2 weeks ago Robert Saleh say he was a household name. Then I did my famous joke, household bathroom. And then I had to apologize because Spencer Rattler is such a good guy, such a good kid, wanting to get better. Then he was shit last week and lost. But now this week, because he beats the Giants, the shitty defense, and he outplayed Brian Daboll, who's got nothing going on upstairs, I'll tell you. I know, he was good with Josh Allen. I know. Go back to Buffalo. Go back. You need to go back. But this is the conversation. These are the tweets by everybody's favorite ESPN analysts. Ryan Clark tweets out, no one is paying attention. Yeah, because it's a shit team. Should we be paying attention to an 0-4 garbage Saints team that only can score by Hail Mary touchdowns? No one is paying attention. Well, you're 2 weeks behind the narrative here, Ryan. You should have jumped on the train 2 weeks ago when Robert Saleh was sucking them. Ryan Clark says no one is paying attention, but Spencer Rattler deserves to be a starting quarterback in this league. He doesn't, but okay. And then Mina Kimes, she has to chime in. It's so fun, dude. These people are comical. It's so funny, folks. Let me just read it and then we'll go over it. Mina Kimes tweets out, aside from the Seattle game, he's been quietly very sharp this year. Not the reason they're 0-4. Aside from that one game, 1 out of 4 games that we've seen so far, 1 out of 5, aside from 20% of the games, he's actually looked okay. Okay. Against the one team with a good defense, Seattle. You know, they've got a good defense over there. So aside from that one game when they faced a good defense, he kind of okay? Okay. All right. Once again, stalling, all these drives stalling in the red zone, settling for field goals and only get touchdowns. That's the Giants' problem. You have to be able to score in the red zone, folks. Now, once again, if you want to put it on Kellen Moore, okay, you don't got the tush push, so you can't score in the red zone now, but I don't know if the overall takeaway is that Spencer Rattler is like this next generational great quarterback. I don't agree with that. So Saints get the win 26-14. All right, let's keep going here, folks. A few more games to go over. Next one up is Cowboys at the Giants and Cowboys at the Jets and the Jets, folks. The Jets. The Cowboys win 37-22. This was real interesting. This game line moved to Cowboys money line plus 100 right before. I was screaming at home. I was like, dude, the Cowboys are such a lock. What is going on here? Minus the 1.5. They were like minus 110, minus 120 money line all week long. And then like hour before kickoff, they go up to plus 100 because the news broke that everybody on the Cowboys starting offensive line was injured. Well, hey, newsflash, the Cowboys, they breed offensive linemen. So their third string is still probably a starter in this league. So they take care of business. This Jets team is just so shit. Offense, defense, Justin Fields. I mean, this is all garbage time, dude. I don't know how you get 200 yards of garbage time throwing, but he did it. Justin Fields, 32 of 46, 60. Dude, this is so crazy. Reading these stats and watching the game is so crazy because it does kind of look competitive, 37-22. Okay, you can kind of see, man, back and forth, maybe. No. 16 points in the fourth quarter by the Jets does not mean you're a good team. All these yards, I'm pretty sure 200 yards came in the fourth quarter. 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, but once again, couldn't move the ball at all, couldn't do anything offensively. Breece Hall, 14 rushes, 113 yards, all junk, not impactful. Dak Prescott was slinging it early and often, 18 of 29, 237 yards, 4 touchdowns. Javonte Williams, folks. Javonte Williams, give it up for him. Javonte Williams, do we all remember Vegas putting his season total, the entire year? Remember when they said he'd have 500 yards? They set his line at 500 yards for the entire season. Javonte Williams. He's got 500 yards now. 5 games, he's got basically 500 yards now. We were gushing about the bet. We took the bet. You should have taken the bet. Hopefully you took the bet. Javonte Williams, great running here. 16 rushes, 135 yards, 1 touchdown. Great job. George Pickens being very good. George Pickens being better for this Cowboys team than I thought heading into the season. Still not the best attitude-wise and all that, and blocking-wise, but man, he'll get over the defense and he'll catch it. He'll catch it. So Cowboys win 37-22. No takeaway from this game. Both teams are garbage still. There's still bad teams. All right. Then we get Broncos at Eagles, and we're going to have to watch this one back here, folks. We're going to have to watch this one back because Jalen Hurts threw the ball 38 times. It's what he wanted. It's what the receivers wanted. But you can't really score in the second half. Can't really do anything. Move the ball offensively in the second half. What's up with that? Broncos, Bo Nix gets the job done. Let Bo Nix be the clutch guy. 24 of 39, 242 yards, 1 touchdown for Bo Nix. J.K. Dobbins rushes for 79 yards and a touchdown. Courtland Sutton, 99 yards. And they get the win over this Eagles team. Eagles' first loss, and this is going to be interesting. How does the season play out? Because we've seen it both. We've seen it both ways by the Eagles. They start undefeated. Then they lose that game. And then it all spirals out of control, and they lose for the rest of the season. Or is it like last year, where, yeah, they lose, but then they get right back to it, rattle off wins for the rest of the season, win the Super Bowl, dominant team. So how is this loss going to go? Can they rein it back in? Can Big Dom get this team back collectively together? Or are they going to cannibalize each other? That's the narrative heading into next week for this Eagles team. Then for the Broncos, look, the defense stepped up. They put up 18 points in the fourth quarter. Once again, another team that just all of a sudden clicks and all of a sudden falls apart. Why are we not running the ball here, Philly? We have the lead. Run the ball, control the clock. Saquon Barkley, 6 rushes? What? A.J. Dillon, 2 rushes? Will Shipley, 1 rush? We're running the ball 9 times this game with our running backs? When we've had the lead for really the entire game? I just don't get it, folks. I just don't get it. Why are we not controlling the game? We know they can run the ball. Saquon Barkley, he was averaging 5 yards a rush. It wasn't like he was getting Derrick Henry'd. 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard. So, real interesting, real surprising. And, the Eagles, they got to get it figured out, but this is no longer the best team in the league. What is up with this? I know you got a new offensive coordinator. I get it. But why is the play calling so dramatically different? Playing not to lose. Eagles were playing not to lose. They lose the game. This game, dude, I don't even want to talk about because it's the ugliest thing. This is so ugly. Cardinals, I told y'all, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it with this team. One of the most unserious teams ever. And we saw it again. It was all Cardinals. All Cardinals 21-6 at halftime. Titans couldn't do anything offensively. Kyler Murray opens the play. Bink. Bob. Opens the game. Marvin Harrison Jr. should have been a touchdown. They didn't call it a touchdown. Mossing 2 defenders down at the 1. Should have been a touchdown. I don't think they showed enough replays to overturn that, but I digress. But then once again, the Cardinals shit for the rest of the game. Why can the Cardinals not put a full game together? They always look so good first quarter, first half. And then the Bungles come out, the beefs, and there was multiple. Should we go over all the beefs with the Cardinals?
Turn of events.
How about this one? The one that really lost in the game. This was in the fourth quarter. This would have put the game really out of hand. DeMarcado dropping the ball before the goal line. And this one, I still think it was a touchdown. I think they, obviously this is never good. Stop dropping the ball before the end zone, dude. That's the craziest thing anybody could ever do. You got to be exiled from the league if you do this. This is a zero tolerance policy. Sorry. But this is insane. You can't wait another second before you start celebrating, honestly. DeMarcado, you shouldn't even be here because James Conner got injured. That's the only reason why you're getting all these touches. And this is what you do with it? Jonathan Gannon not happy, basically punched him. We get this angle on the sideline. Jonathan Gannon coming up to DeMarcado after it. And coaches, they kind of, They pop you in the pads a little bit. This was like a punch to the pads. And rightfully so. I mean, inexcusable. Inexcusable. He should be beheaded. If we're being honest, head's got to come off. Head's got to come off here, DeMarcado. But we got to stop this. This is an epidemic. What is this, the second time so far this season? Enough. Third time? Enough. Kyler Murray frustrated. We get him at the podium.
For me personally, yeah. I don't, been playing too long to give the ball. Like, you give the ball back to the other team with a minute and 50, whatever it was left. Yeah, there's a chance you're going to lose the game.
Were you frustrated to not get a chance on those final 3 plays to use your arm?
Just trust the play call.
Trust the play call. Once again, play calling. Hey, you can't even call it playing not to lose because literally that touchdown right there wins them the game. But everything else falls apart defensively, offensively. There's more beefs. There's more beefs in the game, if you can even believe it. Oh, this is actually hilarious. I didn't know there was audio. Oh, we gotta let this play. This is all the beef compilation of the Cardinals yesterday, set to the beef music. All your favorite beefs are set to this sound right here, folks. So let it play for the 59 seconds. Here we go.
McBride working against Hooker.
Here we go. This is the DeMarcado dropping the ball before the goal line.
Stunning turn of events. What looked to be a 72-yard touchdown run has
this
been
is great.
overturned. The officials looked at it. They mean that.
Here we go. The next one. Cameron Ward throws the ball. It's intercepted. He fumbles it. He kicks it into the end zone. It's kicked again in the end zone, and the Titans dive on top. 19-21. Cam Ward goes deep. Calvin Ridley's first ball caught all season long. One-on-one over the defender, over the shoulder. Set him up for the field goal, and that is game. So truly, truly unbelievable. Well, it's not even. It is believable. This is the Cardinals. This is what they do. Shout out to Cam Ward sticking with it. I mean, I guess we give the Titans a little credit. 21 of 39 for 265 yards. Once again, a lot of garbage time yards here by Cam Ward. No touchdown, 1 interception. Got to clean that up, obviously. Tony Pollard, 14 rushes, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. And Calvin Ridley, 10 targets, 5 catches. That was one of the catches, folks. I mean, come on now. 5 catches for 131 yards and basically the game-winning catch. So the Cardinals, all dysfunctional. So dysfunctional. All right.
To the air. Looking.
Next game up here, Bucks and Seahawks, and man, 2 gunslingers. But what do we know about these gunslingers, folks? One is clutch, and one is not. And that is exactly what we saw. Baker Mayfield, 379 yards, 2 touchdowns in the game-winning drive. The game-winning drive to win 38-35. And then on the other hand, we have Sam Darnold. Once again, slung the ball, 341 yards, 4 touchdowns. But the beef. The interception when you're going to try and win the game. Not good. 35, minute left in the game. Sam Darnold interception. gives the Bucks the ball right on the 35-yard line, and the rest is history right there. So Sam Darnold, 2 blunders this season. Once again, this is why we cannot buy into Sam Darnold or bet into him or even give him any sort of money to be our quarterback because, yes, he'll be okay, but when the games matter, you're not going to win. You're not going to win at the end of the season. You're not going to win at the end of the game in close games. That's Sam Darnold. So shout out to Sam. You slung the ball, but you didn't win. So do we care? Shout out to Baker Mayfield. Alrighty, another game that really no big takeaway. Lions-Bengals. Lions get the win 37-24. And once again, it looks like it was competitive, but it wasn't. 21 points by the Bengals in the fourth quarter. That's the story. Jake Browning not being competitive. That's the story. I know we heard from Zach Taylor, and he says that Jake Browning, he is our quarterback, and we're not looking for anybody else, but you got to look for somebody else. It's probably already too late. Probably already too late here for the Bengals, but you probably should be looking for another quarterback. And then the Lions, Jared Goff does his thing, 82% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, 258 yards. David Montgomery, 65 rushes. Jahmyr Gibbs, 54. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 100 yards. Sam Laporta, 92 yards, a touchdown. I mean, this Lions team, they are legit. The offense is back into form for what it was last season, and this is a top 5 team in the league, I would say. Shout out to the Lions for getting it done. All right, final 2 games here, folks. Next one up is Washington at the Chargers, and Herbo, baby, what is up? Come on. I thought we were turning the corner. I really thought we did. First 3 games of the season, we were seeing the confidence, the swag, the arm, the throws, all that. And now we're resorting back to the Justin Herbert that we don't want. The non-clutch Herbert. Justin Herbert, 22 of 29 for 166 yards? 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Interception came at the worst time on the goal line when you were literally gifted the game back to you. This game was basically over. Start of the 4th quarter, you're down 10 points, 2 possessions. And the Washington team fumbles the ball. Giving Herbert and the Chargers a chance to come back. And they were driving the field. They got down to Washington's 4-yard line with 7 minutes left. 3rd and 4 at the 4. I mean, you're down 2 possessions. You need a touchdown. You also need a field goal. So we're good. We're golden. We're getting points out of this drive. But Justin Herbert says, no, we're not. Throws an interception right on the goal line. That's game. That's game right there. Now, and really, the only reason why they were moving down the field is because everybody was just curling. Everyone was running 5, 7, 10-yard curl routes, and that's how they were getting down the field, dinking and dunking, curl. And that's why they intercepted the ball, because they also curled at the goal line. Defender read it. Herbert, once again, resulted to the check down curl, and it's an interception. So, not great here by Herbert. He's going to have to get it back. This Washington team is good offensively and defensively. Jaden Daniels back, 231 yards, 1 touchdown. Wasn't too efficient at 57% completion percentage. But another 39 yards on the ground. The knee held up. So the offense is fine, back to where it was. Shout out to Cliff Kingsbury. I got to kind of shout him out here. The offense was good without him. The offense is good with him. Cliff Kingsbury, good offensive mind in the league. And then for the Chargers, it's just why? You get up 10-0 and then you can't do anything for the rest of the game? All scripted and then you can't do anything else? So the Chargers, I was cheering them. I was championing them. They were number 1 or number 2 in my power rankings, all that. But what is this? What is this? Washington wins 27-10, and once again, another big question mark on this Chargers team, and unfortunately so. All right, and that brings us to the last game of the night. The Patriots at the Bills for Sunday Night Football. And folks, I got to address the Buffalo Bills fans. Can we talk about some of the worst fans in all of football, all of sports? They say they love the Bills, and they're all the Bills. The Bills are our lives. We jump through tables. We see the tailgates. We see how they talk about them. But they're not really fans, folks. They're really not. All these Buffalo Bills fans are just like leading fans, playing with the lead fans. We saw week 1 in Buffalo last year in the stadium before it gets torn down. And the Buffalo Bills fans are leaving the game before it's over? Oh, we're down so much. Oh, we got to leave. I don't even want to watch this team anymore. Oh. So you leave the game? Okay. Then you win, and then everyone, you even had Josh Allen kind of be like, hey, we can't leave the game. What are we doing? And then after the game, we get the Bills fans taking to social media and questioning the team.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Buffalo Bills need to trade for Chris
Oh,
Olave.
no, this one isn't it. This one is it.
But what if, folks, I hate to ask this question, but what if the Buffalo Bills are fraudulent? What if the Buffalo Bills aren't as good as we thought that they were? Look, I understand that there's no undefeated team in the NFL right now.
This is Dan Mitchell, folks, on Twitter. Buffalo Bills fan, okay? NFL content creator. He has got 300,000 plus followers across all platforms. He's only got 11,000 on Twitter, so a lot of the other social medias are a lot of doing the heavy lifting here. But these Bills fans are not even believing in their own team anymore.
Folks, I hate to ask this question, but what if the Buffalo Bills aren't as good as we thought that they were? Look, I understand that there's no undefeated team in the NFL right now. I understand that the Eagles lost to the Broncos last week. I know that the Chargers lost to the Giants the week before. It's a super competitive league this year, surprisingly enough. But I can't help but look at some of our previous matchups. Is now our quote-unquote signature win against the Baltimore Ravens.
The signature win that everybody left the game in!
Since the Ravens look like an absolute dumpster fire, a historical bad defense. Sure, we beat the New York Jets, but I think we could be honest with ourselves here. The Jets are probably the worst team in football.
Yes.
We struggled against the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah,
we saw a lot of the issues on the defensive side of the football. We struggled against the New Orleans Saints. We started seeing some drives that just weren't working for the Bills' offense. And then last night, obviously, dropping to the New England Patriots. Now, look, I acknowledge that a team is very unlikely to go undefeated. If you're predicting 15-2, 14-3, 13-4, those losses need to come somewhere. But a lot of the trends where we saw some weak.
So Bills Mafia even giving up on the team. First loss, can't handle a little adversity. Can't get over it. Dolphins were 0-3. Was I giving up on them? Slightly, but not like that. So everybody loves Bills Mafia. The national media tries to make it this love story, Hallmark